Do you think the surgeries that you had, even though you were told by doctors that they were necessary for you to have, do you, in your honest opinion, believe that they were necessary and helpful?
They were at the time, but if you ask me if I were to do it again, I would say emphatically no.
Okay. Is there any particular reason why you wouldn't do it again?
Because that last one, it was so painful. I mean, my feet were so sensitive that I couldn't wear shoes for them.
I can understand that.
Imagine you wanting to go out somewhere, and then you go on to put on a pair of shoes, and just the mere feeling of of your feet inside those shoes, it's absolutely excruciating.
I can't imagine how that would feel. I haven't had that experience.
Believe me when I tell you, it's not fun. And if you have a high threshold for pain, that will push you to your limit.
Okay, so since you had this done to your feet and legs, were braces ever required?
Yes. Night braces. I had a pair of night braces in 94 going into 95. And I had to sleep in a certain way. I had to sleep pronely and that was not always easy, let me tell you. You're surrounded by all this metal and steel. It's like being in some sort of a contraption.
Mm-hmm.
But in 2003, I had to wear knee immobilizers, and I had to sleep on my back just to keep my legs straight. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But there are a lot of things, a lot of positives that go with cerebral palsy. Like when you tell your story, and a lot of people are just blown completely away by it. And then when you tell them everything that you've accomplished, they tell you how inspirational your story is, and they're really touched by it. That's the joy I get in sharing my story on a platform such as this.
I appreciate that.
And I mean, you have a lot of ups, and you sure as heck have a lot of downs as well.
Mm-hmm.
But you've told me off camera that your family keeps you strong, and my family is much the same way. Because I mean, I've had some pretty dark days where I've just wanted to throw in the towel. And my mom's like, I can't let you do that. I can't let you sit here feeling sorry for yourself. You're gonna have to find a way to work through it.
Yeah.
And if it wasn't for that, I don't know what kind of shape I'd be in. I mean, looking back. But after 34 years and spending the first 3 months of my existence in a hospital, one thing I can say with a smile on my face, and I think you can see, I can say I survived. Here I am. Take it for what it's worth.
Yeah, surviving is a big thing. And like Eric was saying earlier, if you don't know what braces are, he's not talking about the braces that you would get from the dentist.
Oh, no.
That go across your teeth. There are braces that go on your legs, and they keep your legs in a position. Exactly. So it creates a way for your legs to stand straight up.
Yeah.
And you usually have to wear them at night like Eric did, or you have to wear them during the day.
Yeah.
Or sometimes you have to wear both.
Yeah. Yes, and I had to do that. During the day wasn't so bad, but at night that was very, very challenging.
Yeah. During the day you can wear them in their shoes that fit.
Right.
I know most people wore Reeboks because it would make your foot look extra big. It would make you go up a size. And Reeboks, I don't know if they had a thing with braces, but those were particularly the shoes that I've heard people wore and I had to wear myself, because those are the only ones that would perfectly fit around the bracelet. There might be some other brands, but I'm not sure what they might be.
I'm pretty sure you're right about that. But again, I'm not too sure about that either. Mm-hmm. But having a support system is very important. Having family members that are very accepting of you in spite of what you have, in spite of that physical limitation. I can't tell you how much that means. And but you do have those cynics who really don't know how to approach you when they talk to you. But I don't know if you'll agree with me, but explaining having this indirectly is considerably easier than explaining to some adults. Would you agree with that?
In some ways, that's why I wanted to do this, because if you Google pretty much anything online, you will find some horror stories that might scare you for the rest of your life.
Oh, Jesus, yes.
And I feel like if everything that we do is not in a positive environment, or like it can be frustrating, it can be annoying.
Oh, yes.
But I'm trying my best to have people share the good and the bad so people can see both sides and not just look for the bad, because every day is not the same. There's some days where you can do everything for yourself. No problem. Don't have to ask anybody to do anything. And then there's other days where you're too tired,
or your muscles
your muscles hurt. And guys, if y'all hear noise in the background, those are the people in my apartment building. So there's not really much I can do that as people walk in and outside of the building.
Oh gosh. Yeah, but
as I was saying, you're gonna have your good days and your bad days. And like Eric said, your support system is important. So Eric, let's talk a little bit about your support system. Who does that include, and does it include siblings?
Oh yes. It includes my mom, my father, my stepfather, my siblings, my nieces, my nephews, and my godchildren.
Oh, you have a huge support system with all those.
Yes, indeed. And might I say the same for you?
Yeah, I have some siblings and some nieces, some nephews, and my mom.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful thing. It's a wonderful thing. I remember one particular instance where my mom was putting lotion on my legs, and my nephew, out of the blue, asks me, he says, "Uncle Eric, why can't you walk?" And I'm sitting there and I'm lying on the bed as my mom's lotioning my legs. And I just couldn't find, I had to take a minute to find the right words to say to make it understandable. And I just told him I was born this way. And then my oldest niece, who was now 10, she said, "Why?" And before I could say anything else, my mom said, "That's just the way God made him, baby." And that, to me, just about answered all questions.
Yeah, it does in some cases. Mm-hmm. But then you do meet the nieces and nephews that want like the technical version, but a kid version, but they want a definition.
Yeah.
Sometimes. So sometimes you do have to get technical and give them a definition.
Right.
Even though everybody's right in the sense, if you believe in God, that God made you the way He see fit. Correct. But sometimes you got to read it from a book or something to give them some sort of medical explanation.
Mm-hmm.
Especially when they come to meeting other children and their friends start asking.
Right.
And you have to kind of pull out the technical definition.
Yeah, because I've had a cousin. This was the 4th of July, 2005, and he asked his mom, he asked my aunt, "Mommy, why is cousin Eric in a wheelchair?" Ask him. And he seemed like he was kind of tentative to ask me. And I said to him, I said, cuz you don't have to be tentative to ask me that. If you want to know, just ask. That's the only way you're going to know.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, whatever it is you want to ask me, don't ever feel afraid to do so. That's why I'm here.
Thank you guys so much for watching part 2 of this interview. I will try to have part 3 out on Tuesday. And if you have any questions, leave them down in the comment section and I will do my best to answer them. Remember, I'm always thinking of you, sending my love, and bye.